Well, hi everybody, it's Martin here. These are my finds for August 2022. Yeah, did a record fair last Sunday, so a majority of these are from there, and all pretty much the rest of them, bar the odd one or two. There was a refit at a local charity shop, so they were having a clear out, and I got lucky by going in there on just before it um, became a refit sort of thing. So let's start with I could tell you a bit about the record fair actually, because yeah, didn't really make a huge amount of money, to be honest, but it was good fun. And the great thing is, when you get there early to set up your stand, there's many people there scurrying around dealers trying to see what everyone else has got. It's usually, I would say, 30-40% of the business is almost like done then, I suppose, for some of us. And one guy turned up. He has stacks of records, and most of these are £1 fines from him, actually. Yeah. And then I had a mate who comes down from Scotland, and he used to live more locally, and he was having a clear out. He's always having a clear out, to be honest, but yeah, in fact, actually, I think these 7 inches were from him. He had so many 7 inches, so I grabbed a few. Hopefully, not knowing what they were really. I think they were all £1, so I'll just go through them. In the end, actually, these finds, in a way, I feel a bit like disappointed that they weren't all that amazing, and maybe I could have left some of them. But when they're £1, you think, oh, maybe I could sell them again or something. And anyway, so for 7 inches from the record fair last Sunday, we've got this, which is sort of country, and I won't be keeping. No siree. Oh, and the records that I sold, it was so funny. One guy was just like, yeah, I've only got a fiver. Yeah, I've only got a fiver, and yeah, he was wandering around a few times and everything. I'm sure he had more than a fiver. I've seen him before. You can tell so much about people and body language sometimes, and yeah. So in the end, I had a Rory Gallagher live album, and I just thought, just have it for a fiver, take it away, mate. I don't really care. No one's going to buy it for whatever I had it marked out at. Record fairs, lots of records. They're like, the value is like almost like irrelevant sometimes, I think. Yeah, it's just you get lucky, you find people that want to buy some stuff, and of course it's turned into a long video, me waffling on. Another 7 inch here. So this is samples from almost like a sort of a conversation, someone talking, and then the bit from the Shaft record, John and Ernest. Yeah, it's all right, I suppose. Don't know if I'll keep it or not. This I will be using for my next vinyl scavenger record, hopefully. It's a Spanish version of Y Viva España. Or I'm hoping that I will, because my next project is Spanish language kind of film with some old cine film from the 60s. This is a guy called Gerald. Voodoo Ray on one side. Other side is Arcade Fantasy. I'm guessing that's some sort of 80s arcade scenario. This is a railway record. Steam trains. Transcord recording. G5s on the push and pull. Way. Indie band here. Custom sleeve. Top. Single called Buzzing. Remember the band. A nice copy, finally, of Friday on My Mind. After finally finishing off James Griffiths' Squeeze book, which was excellent, I found a couple of singles that were clean. This is called Bang Bang, from the first album, I think, with a B-side. So now I can find out what he was talking about, in the B-sides. And this single was brought out for the greatest hits, the first greatest hits, Annie Get Your Gun, B-side Spanish Guitar. So I'd definitely be keeping them. Vivian Stanshaw, Terry Keeps His Clips On, Bonzo Dog singer with the politically incorrect King Cripple on the B-side. Blues, I think. Frankie Lee Sims, Walking with Frankie. Not bothered about that. These two were a little bit rock and roll, a bit I don't know what you would call it. What would you call it? Rockabilly, maybe. The Fabulous Silvertones was one. This one was not too bad. This was by somebody called Glenn, and it's called One Cup of Coffee and a Cigarette. Yeah, that was all right, actually. Not too bad. We've got Polyphonic Spree, Hanging Around. I presume that's from the first album. I actually got it for the B-side, David Bowie's 5 Years. And then a random Christian 7-inch from Liverpool called Big Story, or The Big Story. Does that say 53p on there? I think it does. That's very precise. 5 tracks. 5 Bible stories. 20th century church light music group. So the other thing was I sold a local album. Have I got the card? I've got the card because a guy has been advertising for years in all the local supermarkets with a little postcard with his phone number on. I won't show it because maybe it's a little bit embarrassing. Anyway, so it says would like pop, rock, classical, jazz, all that kind of stuff. So I thought maybe he's a dealer, maybe he's not. I don't know. So I invited him round. He finally came round to look at all the stuff that I've got in my mum's garage. A lot of it is classical. Anyway, had a really good chat with him. I'm still none the wiser as to whether he's a dealer or some personal stories maybe that were quite personal. Maybe I don't know whether I needed to know them all. Anyway, he bought an album off me for 60 quid. I chucked in a couple of other ones. Something that at a record fair, very difficult to sell really, but he said he liked the cover, and I thought you must know who to sell it to. It was like a local sort of band sort of thing. Anyway, right, onwards and onwards. If you fast forward to 8 minutes, you'll be okay. So Inspira Carpets, Please Be Cruel, 12-inch. A shoegazy type band, Telescopes, 1, 2, just 2, 2. Silverfish, if you remember them, woman singer. Wedding Present, Love Nest. About the time they did the a single every month kind of year, was that 91, I think. Senseless Things. This is the art by Jamie Hewlett, yeah. Here we've got Frank and Walters, an Irish band from Cork. Most know, I think, After All, that was a big single. Sort of shoegazy. Revolver. My arm's going to fall off in a minute. Right, this is another shoegaze kind of thing. So I picked all these up for £1. This guy came in, as I say, I wouldn't say he doesn't know what he's doing, but some bargains to be had, really. The first Carter single before 101 Dalmatians, as far as I know. Kingmaker, Moose. Apparently McCarthy were a couple of people from Stereolab. It's very plain indie, I would say. Pram from Birmingham. This isn't too bad. This is a bit more modern prog, I guess you would say. I thought this is a lovely album here. This is all talkie films and dialogue from them, or presumably theme songs from them. A couple of probably bad Christian albums. This one is absolutely awful. This is like that sort of English country music pop, almost like the worst Eurovision entry ever, I would say, sort of music. There she is in a chair there. They've all been very diplomatic there, giving her a seat. And another one like that, some standing on some old rock. Cricket record. Freddie Truman with some hilarious after dinner anecdotes. This is good. I like this. This is good as well. This is sound effects, or rather sounds from the streets of Singapore by some Dutch guy called G.H. Teeuwen. Yeah, lots of interesting sound effects there from Singapore. I think this is opera. Hopefully it's doing some really bad songs and it's really cheesy and it's got an obi on it for £1. I think she's doing Sailing on there. Hopefully she's got a ridiculously high-pitched voice. This is sort of like it's a bit soul funky, actually. I haven't heard it yet. My mate said it was good, so I believed him. I presume most of his songs are written by not the Ray Davies, but this is Squire John B, so maybe they've been adapted. Matthew and Son, Cat Stevens, Greensleeves. Yeah, I think that'd be interesting. The guy that sold all those 12s, this one is quite a desirable one. It's got a remix of 1979 by Flood, is it? Or Oakenfold or somebody? I can't remember. Flood, yeah. And Ugly. That's a known track. I don't think that was on Melancholy album. I'm not sure. Anyway, Saviours of Paradise, Wilmot, if you know that. That's a good sort of, how would you say, a bit brassy, bit South American sounding. A LaBelle album for £1 featuring the hit called Lady Marmalade. Yeah, Lady Marmalade. The only one that really cost a lot of money was this Yellow album for £3. I gave this a listen. This is really good. I think I used to have it. It's got Vicious Games on it and Stella, a couple of other hits you would know on it. So that was the record fair pretty much, apart from... Let's just jump to these ones at the back from the record fair. This is an album about how to learn to be an actor or actress from the 1970s. This is sound effects, some very amusing sound effects. I have to be honest, you see on the cover there's the Iron Maiden. That does not sound like somebody being stuck in an Iron Maiden. It sounds like somebody constipated. These were a couple of £. Mama Cass, I thought I'd give them a go. I've no idea what they're going to be like. It might be a bit easy listening to me, I don't know. A few more to go. We've got Brass Construction for £1. Cliff Bennett for £1. This was from the charity shop that was closing down or refitting, so it wasn't £5. It was half price. It was £2.50. So this is remixes. So that's Tricky, the dude with the short hair there, and I'm not sure who is that. Martina Topley Bird. I'm not sure. Hell is Right. So you would know that song if you heard it. An upgrade copy of this. 6-inch Pianist gave me a copy of that, John. So I found another one of it. A band called the Buckinghams from America. So called to make them sound English, apparently. Mighty Fire Steel Band for £1. This I just found in some other shop for £1. It's a Gregorian chant. Thought it might be worth a go. I can't remember what this is, but it's half decent. I think I knew it vaguely. The Real People. So that's a band that the Gallaghers admired from Liverpool. Done a few really amazing songs. Yeah, some people might say they were better than Oasis. One Dove. So that's Dove's remixes. Shirley Bassey's Light My Fire from the 90s or the early 2000s. Nina Simone comp for £1. Yeah, £1. I wanted this album actually. This was £1 or something. So it's got the 2 singles on it, and I think another of our albums I would quite fancy actually. So I suppose that you would call them like a little bit like, not quite craft work, but getting there. We've got Primal Scream. I Was Blind. It's called Moving On Up. Yeah, EP. And just a couple of random dance 12s here. This is a really good Christian album. It's that sort of acid folk kind of thing. A lot of this stuff was done at studios in Eastbourne, Echo Studios. Don't know if they're still there or not. Fairly modern-ish classical, and that. So that is my finds. Thanks very much for watching. Yeah, next video I'll do will probably be Alan Static Travelers, If I Was God video. So thanks for watching, yeah, and all the other people that have recently, pardon me, if you've recently subscribed, thank you very much. You didn't have to, but yeah, great. And what else? Yeah, go back, watch one or two of my videos that were quite different. I don't know why I haven't been doing vinyl finds lately. I'm not sure. Just, yeah, I suppose I'm tried to have done something different for once. So yeah, we're still going to be moving soon. So yeah, some records are already sort of in semi-storage at the moment. Yeah, and I don't think there's any VC meetups on the horizon at the moment, or much. And yeah, thanks very much. 17 minutes. Okay, see you in your videos. Bye.